Good morning, beloveds, and it is not morning. It is actually 7:30 my time, which means it's 9:30 where I normally would be, where creative life is. And today was just packed. And every time I thought I was going to have time to do this, I didn't. I either got in mostly I got in conversations. I got up, went and watched the sunrise, grabbed breakfast, then then realized I didn't have time to do it before we went to the Tai Chi class. So we went to the Tai Chi class. Then I thought I was going to have time to do it between when Tai Chi finished, and Tai Chi ran a little long, and then we went to the opening session. And then I was going to come back early from lunch, but then somebody sat with us at lunch, and we were having a conversation, and then she said, no, go ask, and he's right over there. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to go ask. Which, when I say that, the spiritual leader for CSL, for Centers for Spiritual Living, is Reverend Dr. Edward Viljoen. That's who we were talking to. So I actually went and had a conversation with Dr. Reverend Edward Viljoen, which was really amazing because I first saw him in 2013, and he was incredible then, and he's still incredible. So I actually had a conversation and then took a selfie with him. So that was great. Hopefully it came out good. So I didn't get back between lunch and the evening, and then the afternoon sessions were really important and good. I went to the diversity inclusion one, I went to the suicide prevention one, and then I went to the transgender education one. It was Trans 101. It was really good and amazing, and I feel like I learned some stuff, and now I just have to incorporate it and get on with it. So that's and so we got out of those, went and had dinner, and now we're getting ready for the evening session, which is closing. This is it, we're done. I'm coming home tomorrow. And so so I will do this in the morning, because I literally all I've got to do tomorrow is get everything in my luggage to come home and then get to the airport. So, yeah. All right. So I'm pretty sure, it's 7, I'm sorry. It's January 21st. And I got something sticky in my book. All right. It's January 21st. Our title is Today I Enter into Limitless Variations, which the Divine Spirit has projected into my experience. The first quote is, "For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of humanity as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away, but the word of the Lord endureth forever." And that is 1 Peter 1, 24-25. All products of Brahma, which is reality, are themselves real, and there is nothing different from it. Whoever says that there is anything different is not free from illusion, but is like a person talking in their sleep. That is Raja Yoga philosophy. And the last one is, the unreal hath no being, the real never ceaseth to be. And that is the Bhagavad Gita. All right, so the Gita tells us that unreality has no existence, while reality cannot cease to be. Our lesson also states that all the effects of the spirit are themselves real, and that there is nothing different from the divine spirit. Jesus tells us to judge not according to appearances. However, he did not tell us that appearances are unreal. The unreality of appearances lies not in the thing itself, but rather in our interpretation of it. If we spiritually interpret the universe, we shall understand it, enter into it, become one with it. We shall see that the bird, the rock, the mountain, and the river are spiritual manifestations of the joy of the divine. or the divine mind. The illusion is seeking to interpret them as being separate from the infinite. The blade of grass may wither and the petals fall from the flower, but the idea, the word of the Lord, endureth forever. This is a very interesting lesson, since it teaches that there is not only a fundamental unity, there is also an eternal variety. Without this variety, life would become stagnant. Today, I enter into the limitless variation which the Divine Spirit has projected into my experience. I know that all things are good when rightly used. I perceive that all experience is a play of life upon itself. I enter into the game of living, then, with joyful anticipation, with spontaneous enthusiasm, and with the determination to play the game well and to enjoy it. All right. There's a lot, and I admit I'm tired. But one of the things, what jumped out at me is the illusion is in seeking to interpret them as being separate from the infinite. So the unreality of appearances lies not in the thing itself, but in our interpretation of it. So, and it's gone. Whatever I was about to say is gone. It happens. It happens a lot. Okay. So Ernest was using what he wrote down to talk about the variety of spirit, the variety of form, the amazing variety of form, and reminding us that that's part of what makes life amazing, is that variety, and reminding us that Jesus said not to judge by appearances. Jesus never said that what we see around us isn't real. But what he said is don't judge by appearances, because the appearances make it appear that we are separate. But we're not. We're all part of the same organism. We're all part of the whole divine. And so that, I think that's, if I could grab onto that, hold onto that, that's what he's talking about. Don't judge by appearances, because the appearances make us look separate, but we're not. The reality behind that is that we're all part of the same divine mind, but the appearances of the variety gives the can give the appearance, which is why we need to know the truth of the spirit back of the appearance. And I just talked myself into a corner, so hopefully that made sense. When I go back and listen to it at another time and I sound like a crazy person, well, it's because I'm tired, and I get that. I have been bathing in the divine for, 3 days now. So, today I enter into the limitless variations which the Divine Spirit has projected into my experience. He talks about that Peter quote, all of the flesh is as grass, and the glory of humanity is the flower of the grass. The grass withereth, it was separated, which is why I struggled with it the first time, and the flower thereof falleth away, but the word of the Lord endureth forever. The grass isn't separate, the flower isn't separate, they're the same. It's just changing form. That's that circle V, remember? Things are constantly coming into form, and at the same time, form is breaking up, and going back into idea. So, that was 1 Peter 1, 24-25. Okay. All products of Brahma, which is reality, are themselves real. There is nothing different from it. Whoever says that there is anything different from it is not free from illusion, but is like a person talking in their sleep. Okay, so he's saying that quote from Raja Yoga philosophy is saying the same thing. Everything is spirit. Everything is God. Period. And if anybody says anything different, they're wrong. It may look different, but it is the same base substance. The unreal hath no being, the real never ceases to be. That's the Bhagavad Gita. All right. So, the Gita tells us that unreality has no existence while reality cannot cease to be. Our lesson also states that all the effects of the spirit are themselves real, and that there is nothing different from the divine spirit. It's all divine spirit. Jesus tells us to judge not according to appearances. However, he did not tell us that the appearances were unreal. So don't judge by appearances, but not because they're unreal. The unreality of the appearance lies not in the thing itself. So the thing itself is real. The appearance is the separation. And that's what we're not judging by. We are recognizing the unity back of the what appears to be separate. Oh. I forgot my water bottle about half the day, so I'm a little dehydrated. The unreality of the appearances. The unreality of the appearances lies not in the thing itself, but in our interpretation of it. Okay, I made up. Stop. And if that is the case, I'm going to finish this. All right, I think I'm good. If we spiritually interpret the universe, we shall understand it, enter into it, and become one with it, because we will recognize the unity of it. We will recognize the idea behind it. We will recognize that it's all spirit. We shall see that the bird, the rock, the mountain, and the river are spiritual manifestations of the joy of the divine. It is the pleasure of the divine to create. It is. And everything is a creation of the divine. Now, the messiness, that's us misusing what the divine has created. And we can do better. The illusion is seeking to interpret them as being separate from the infinite, which is not the truth. The blade of the grass may wither and the petals fall from the flower, but the idea, the word of the Lord endureth forever. The idea of constantly coming into form and then going back out of form, only to return again. This is a very interesting lesson, since it teaches that there is not only a fundamental unity, it's all the same substance, but there is also an eternal variety. Without this variety, life would become stagnant. Today, I enter into the limitless variations which the Divine Spirit has projected into my experience. I know that all things are good when rightly used, which is why I said a lot of the messiness is us misusing. I perceive that all experience is a play of life upon itself. I enter into the game of living, then, with joyful anticipation, with spontaneous enthusiasm, and with the determination to play the game well and enjoy it. So that was the mission today, or if you're listening to this another time, will be the mission today. To enjoy the game of life. Not to play the game of life, because you're already doing that. But the mission, should we choose to accept it, is to enjoy the play of life. To play the game and enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, what can we do to support you in enjoying it? All right, beloveds. We have an evening session to go to, so do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it looks like, doesn't matter, merely matters that you do that spiritual practice. Whew. So take care of yourself. Drink plenty of water. Get plenty of sleep, because, engage your mind and your body. I've gotten a whole lot of exercise running around this hotel. It's huge. And back and forth to the convention center. I've hit 10,000 steps every day I've been here, just because spread out. And it's all good. So drink plenty of water and know that you're loved. You're a beloved child of God, always and forever. So open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you. The illusion is the separation. So look for the good, praise it, see rightly, know love, be love, and have a great day, an amazing day, an enchanting day, a magical day, a spirit-filled day, a good day. If that is too much pressure, simply have a day. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. I'll be on tomorrow before we go get on the airplane. And then hopefully by Sunday we'll be back to regularly scheduled. And then y'all can ask me all about the convention. It was a great time. All right, beloveds. In this case, since it is late, I'm going to tell you to have a good night, get plenty of rest, and I'll see you next time.